and gentlemen. We're gonna learn today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a pleasure to be here. So beautiful. Get up on your feet. Wake up, wake up. You got the power. It's the breakfast club. Hey, yo, man. See the mics, man. You check it up. Get out. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You got the power. All right. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because
smart
is
the new
gangsta.
Baby.
Hey. And if you don't know,
now you know.
No. You got to keep that one up because we got something for 'em. Keep it up. Bring it up. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. Wait. And if you don't know, now you know. Hey.
I see you've been playing in the lab.
Yeah, we've been messing around a little bit, having a little bit of fun.
I got your email too. I meant to say something. So I see you.
Yeah, we just been having a little bit of fun, man. Messing around. Got some new toys. And
Toys is always nice.
Toys are always nice. And we messing around. Good morning, Nisi. I see you. Grand rising, peace and blessings, and all that good stuff around the world.
Yes, it's spring break for our children here.
Spring break, yeah.
We lost an hour.
Or gained, depending on how you look at it.
We lost an hour this morning.
we lose an hour in the morning, but we get it on the back end.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I love it. We were talking about this morning. I love the extra hour on the back end. I like the daylight.
You like the daylight?
I like the day because I don't go nowhere at night.
Well, so I keep saying this, right? I'm not a morning person. People wouldn't know this.
Yeah.
Right? I'm really not a morning person. If I could stay in my bed an extra hour, 2 hours.
But you get used to it, though.
I got up.
Yeah.
So listen, by the time I text, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was already in the car. My dryer's broke at my house, right?
Okay.
I dropped clothes off at the dryer, went by McDonald's, and made it here.
Okay.
So I'm still very productive.
And that's what I'm saying. So like when you spring forward, if your body is already adjusted to like getting up at, 6, then now you're really up at like 5. If you think about it.
I know. That's why I want my extra hour back.
Take it. Use it. Be productive.
I am. I just told you what I just did in 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes.
In 15.
Did you wake up at the same time or did you wake up an hour earlier?
No, I woke up
an hour earlier. Yeah, air quotes, right?
Well, I mean, my alarm went off at the right time, so that was an hour earlier.
Okay.
Right. I did my regular smuggler, so I didn't change my routine this morning.
Okay, gotcha.
I did exactly what I do.
Okay.
If the hour wouldn't have.
If you wouldn't have not had that hour.
Yes.
No, I love it, man. I love it because again, you get more time to work. How's that thing say? It was something they used to say back in the day: work hard while it is yet day, because the night come when no man can work.
But see, this is
I like the more daytime.
You like the more daytime?
Give me the more day, man.
I don't know. And I do. And then so my events, right? So he say, she say.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be lighter an hour early.
That people don't John might be there.
Listen,
I told y'all come out at night.
You don't, but other people don't come out during the daytime.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm in that other side.
Yeah, you on the other side.
Yeah.
So y'all tell us, chime in, let us know. Do you like spring forward, fall back?
Yeah, how does daylight savings time treating y'all, man? Let us know. Put it in the comments, put it in the chat, or call us in. Let us know. I remember one year. Was this? I think when it sprung forward, and I just remember I got to work like late because I didn't set my clocks. But this was back when you actually had to set the clock
before it just automatically
not automatically just set the clocks. Clocks set themselves these days, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But it's all good.
So me and my cousin Jenny, we went to a house party.
Okay.
Right.
Oh.
And we like
long time.
Yeah.
Long time since I've been to a house party.
Yeah.
You know, I used to DJ house parties.
No.
Yeah. We used
All
to throw
right.
parties.
I used to throw I threw the best parties.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Me too.
Look, that's why
it was New Style Express. That was our crew.
Really,
And
this is why we here.
Yeah. And how about that? Full circle. But tell me about the house party.
But this is when the hour fell back.
Oh, so the party ended earlier?
No, we got an extra hour.
Oh, okay, back. Okay,
yeah,
I got you.
Because you know, at 1 o'clock it. Boop,
yeah,
it
go
back
yeah.
or forward. Boom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so we got an extra hour just to.
Yeah.
This is when I used to like the party. Well, I don't think I ever really liked. Good morning, Sharonda.
You never not liked the party, right? Yeah, we used to do parties, man. This was like 8th grade summer, 9th grade. Yeah, so like we put the crew together maybe like 7th grade. So like 7th grade summer, we was kind of working on our craft. 8th grade, we used to make tapes, and then like 8th grade summer was like a big deal, man. Like we used to have a lot of parties.
Good morning, Coach D. I should have known I was going to be an organizer.
Okay.
And do events all my life.
Because you've been doing that?
I've been doing it
all your life.
So Brainstorm.
Okay. Shout out to Brain Plug Report.
He did my first flyer ever.
Okay.
My first house party.
Okay.
He had the DJ with 3 fingers scratching. I wish I could find this flyer.
I wish I could find some ours because Gene McGirt used to do ours. Yeah. Gertie Gert. Shout out to Gertie Gert, man. If you from Childs Park and you don't know Gert, you ain't really from Childs Park. But yeah, Gertie Gert used to do our flyers, man. And we would take them like to the high school campus. Again, it was, we was middle schools going to high school. And so like it was crazy. We used to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. My biggest party was at Coquina Key.
Okay.
Clubhouse.
Okay.
I got in so much trouble. My dad was like, "Why can't you just have a regular party?" We had a line all the way down to 6th Street.
Okay.
All right. A car.
Give me a timeline. Like what years? What kind of?
This was about like 95.
Oh yeah, that was
like 95. Yeah. It was like 95.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I was 8th grade.
Okay.
So 8th grade.
Okay.
So so it was 94.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it was in January because it was my cousin Buki. Even though we were celebrating both our birthdays, I really didn't do anything. And my birthday was in September, so I don't even know how you even talk people
in having a birthday party when it ain't even your
in January.
Yeah, when it's not your birthday, right?
So we're doing it. It was so many. They had to stop all the people from they stopped people from coming in. People was jumping the gates, everything to get it out.
Jumping the gate. That's been like a theme for me these past few days because I've been hearing people talk about gatekeepers. And I was like,
let's talk about
like what you just said. Like
you just jumped the gate.
You just jumped the gate. Like you don't have to like wait for the keys, man. And then yesterday's keys don't open today's locks.
It doesn't. And the thing is even with the gatekeepers, right? Learn the game.
Yeah.
Play the game, and then once you get at the table, do whatever you want.
Right.
Right. Hey, so I'm just saying, like, there's ways to get around everything.
It is.
Like, so I'm having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I'm telling them, is like, I'm one of them people. I'm with education. Go for it. Do whatever you want.
Right.
But I'm also one of them people don't let it stop you just because you don't have.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
because it's available. That's the other piece of it. Like anything you want to know, like we in an information age right now. So anything you want to know, you can know. Like that's the beautiful thing about this time is that
good morning, Renee.
There's so many resources, there's so many tools and so many ways for you to get the information that you can get the information. So
I don't want people to be discouraged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we know that it's already hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like the stuff that we can't change, we can't change. But there's so much in life that we can.
Right.
Because we dictate our outcome. Somebody else tell us no. That doesn't mean that that's the answer. It's just the answer from them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And you have to go and find somebody who believe in your vision just as much as you do.
That's right.
And find the yes. Or you have to reevaluate you and realize that you're not doing enough.
Come on now. Yeah, you got to really go get it.
Yeah, because people realize people will invest. People will pour in if they see you're doing it yourself and you're serious about your craft. If you're not, then
Sister Naira,
Good
morning. Ramadan Mubarak. Yeah.
Oh, the fast started today.
Yeah, Ramadan. It's
but
Ramadan.
but nothing from sun up to sundown.
From sun up to sundown.
So you really could be eating and drinking right now.
Until like another 5 minutes. Yeah, it's like 7:45. It's kind of when the cutoff is. But no, I'm good.
Okay.
I've been up early, man. I got up real early. I went to bed on time because I knew today I had to get up and do what we needed to do to make it happen, man. So yeah, I'm really inspired and feeling good these days, man. It is motivational, money making Monday. And so yeah, y'all tap in. But yeah, so Ramadan has started. Let's just get right into it. So Ramadan, I'm just want to find this so that I can give it to y'all. So Ramadan.
While you looking for that, Coach D said we can rush the gate if we band together.
That's right. Absolutely.
Isn't that what they did on January 6th?
Ooh, we ain't trying to do what they did because we can't do what they did. Because if we rush the gate like they rush the gate, it'll be a whole different set of consequences.
So a whole new world for me. Did you find what you're looking for yet?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
All right, so Ramadan. So Ramadan is the sacred month observed by Muslims around the world. It holds profound significance in Islamic culture. It's a month-long period of fasting, prayer, and reflection, and it commemorates the moments when the first verses of the Holy Quran were revealed to Prophet Muhammad. The origins is the 9th month of the lunar calendar. So Ramadan is not like new. It's always been, around.
Yeah.
But fasting in the month of Ramadan actually began in like the second year of the Prophet's, mission or message. And during Ramadan, we don't eat anything or drink or have any conjugal relations with our significant others. Why your eyes got big?
No, I'm just saying, but
But during the daylight hours, and then when the sun sets. Also, another one of the things that people don't really that's not commonly talked about is prayer, reflection, but also you try not to argue and quarrel or get into any beefs or any drama. So
during this supposed to be like a drama-free life.
Drama-free, man. Yeah, just kind of self-reflection. Yeah.
For 30 days.
Yeah, and keeping your commitments to yourself. That's one of the biggest parts of it. It's just making your word bond. When you say this is something that I'm going to do or this is something that I'm not going to do, then you build that discipline. Because if you the idea is like if you can go without food, you can go without without drinking. You can break a lot of other water either. Yeah.
No water?
Yeah, no water either. Yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as it seems.
I can believe it's not as bad as you seem. Like I read
first few days are usually a challenge because you develop in that muscle. But it's all mental though. A lot of it is mostly
everything
mental.
is mental.
It's all mental.
I was listening to who was that? He was saying that like, you should fast.
Yeah.
And then how breakfast break your fast, like you break your fast from the night when you go to sleep, like you're fasting or whatever, unless you eat throughout the night.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the whole idea is that again you're building the discipline, and like I said, the biggest thing is really just keeping your word, keeping your commitment to yourself, because there's no consequence for breaking it or not doing it other than you just feel bad.
Yeah, you feel like, dang. Because because I've been thinking about Ramadan, right? Okay. And I said like, I want to do it. But then I forgot today was the day. And let me tell you why I should have did it. Yesterday I went to see my daddy and my daddy said something to me about it. He was like, I ain't supposed to fast because I'm a diabetic. But I'm going to check it out anyway. You know what I mean? Because Ramadan, he's a Muslim as well.
Sure.
So I'm like, and I was like, but that was earlier in the day. Didn't I think about it this morning?
Yeah. No, that's how it happened. If it's not something that's on your mind, then it wouldn't be on your mind.
But I need to do it. I really want to do it. Like
you got to prepare yourself.
So maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, you just got to prepare yourself for it. That's the main thing is being prepared.
So I'm going to do, how many days is this month?
It's 30 days.
So I'm going to do 29.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love that. Thank you so much for that, Q. I appreciate you.
Sun up to sundown. I'm gonna tell y'all how this goes. But so back to it, he was like, anything bad I ever put in my body, I never asked the doctors. But they're gonna tell me I need to ask the doctors if I can fast.
Really? I mean, there are some things that you you want to consider.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, he was just saying like all the drugs, the bad food, all this other stuff.
You don't need permission for that.
I don't need permission, but I need
to do something beneficial.
The reset and do all this stuff. I need to consult my doctor.
Yeah, well, Elijah Muhammad said that most of our ills can be cured just with a good fast, because the fasting actually helps detox your body. It gives your body time to process all of the good foods, the nutrients, and all of the stuff that's in it. And so it is an opportunity for you to heal yourself. But again, if you on medication and you have to take it with food or with drink, like, you want to consider that as well. But then there's other things that you can do. So another part of it is like, you want to feed people, help people. And that was this morning's message. And so at the beginning of every year for the past maybe 10 years now, we have this Ramadan prayer line. Okay. And so we start the fast, and the Minister Farrakhan is on, he will kick off Ramadan with the kind of the theme and the overarching.
What time is this phone call?
It's 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 a.m.
So it's really 4.
If you look at it like that, yeah.
I just need clarity.
Yeah. So last week it would have been 4, but it was 5 a.m. this morning. and what he was saying to us this morning, the theme of this year's and kind of the spirit going into it, which is always the spirit, but he really was emphasizing it this morning, is knowing that it's a lot of trouble going on in the world. And so when you break your fast in the evening, we're choosing not to eat, but there are people around the world who don't have a choice. Like, they just not eating. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you got people in the world who are in a war zone right now. And so they're making their prayers next to rubble of where their houses and their homes used to be. And so just being mindful that, as we're, excited and we're enjoying these moments, and there are people who are really struggling and really suffering, and to really be reflective and mindful that there's a lot of trouble going on in the world. So as we think about our experiences, also consider other people and how you can help other people. And so again, for those who can't fast, feeding other people, so like feeding the homeless or the less fortunate, giving in charity is real big during the month of Ramadan as well. So I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody who's participating. And and
then you have the big dinner.
Yeah, the iftar.
The iftar.
Yeah, so we have so every night when you break the fast, it's called iftar, right? But here in St. Pete, we're specifically blessed because the Tampa Bay Area Muslim Association organized for the past 6 years this annual iftar celebration where we invite the entire city to come out and break the fast with us. And so this year is going to be on March the 26th at the Coliseum at 5 o'clock. And it was like last year, I probably had like 700-800 people there. And we have like beautiful guest speakers that come in, and really just highlight the culture and talk about the culture. We make prayer together. It's called Salat. And so we make Salat together. So if y'all can come out and just, if you want to experience it, y'all come to the Coliseum on March the 26th at 5 p.m. and you'll be one of probably about 700-800 people who will be celebrating Ramadan.
I want to do, and then y'all eat there too, right?
Oh yeah. We break the fast there. So so we make the prayer, do the program, and then we have we eat. We break bread.
Okay, so
and that's what it is. It's all about breaking bread in the spirit of unity and brotherhood, sisterhood, and really just a recognition and celebration of our shared principles, because fasting is a principle of every religion. Like every religion has some form of fasting included in it. And so really just connecting the dots and showing the universality of what we're doing in the practice. So yes, it's always a beautiful experience.
So I want to say, help me stay accountable. Okay. You're my accountability partner.
Okay.
For these 29 days.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. And look, that's another way that we started. So we talk about motivation and motivational money making Monday, and the spirit of being accountable is something that I put in my notes about because that is absolutely necessary, right? Yes. We have these partners, and so keep your commitments that you make to yourself.
It's important,
and be a better friend to yourself.
To yourself,
yeah.
A better friend to yourself.
Are you a friend of yours?
I am.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not that good to me.
Okay. Yeah.
But a lot of times I think I am.
That's right.
But I mean, I overwork myself. Sometimes overextend myself.
Okay.
And sometimes I pour into other people that don't pour back into me. And so you know what I mean? So you
yeah, no, that's tough though. That is tough. Hey. Oh, we got a guest?
Yeah.
How you doing? I didn't know we had a guest this morning, but look like we got a guest in the building, right?
So at the 8 o'clock hour,
we'll get you set up. You can actually have a seat, and then we'll be with you at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
That was Mr. Edmund, I'm sure, right? Yeah. No, that's how it happens, y'all.
But you know what else today is?
What else?
I think it's Cousin's Day.
Really?
I think so.
I've been seeing Son's Day, Daughter's Day, and so today's Cousin's Day.
So we're planning a Cousin's Day.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
I think we're gonna go down south for a little while today.
For Cousin's Day?
For Cousin's Day. It's a cousin that stay down south. So we're
okay,
all thinking
that's okay. Yeah.
It's y'all like an hour and a half.
Y'all been okay. I was about to say, like, you can't just spring that on us, like, okay.
Well, we sprung it on us yesterday. So this is like a sprung.
Okay.
But my family is like, the sun is out. Let's get together.
Sure. Why not? Why not do that? Why absolutely?
So we're thinking about going down there for a little while, and hanging out and doing some cousin stuff.
Okay. No, I love that. That's amazing. And so one of the things that we talked about keeping your commitments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And really honoring the things that you do to yourself. And one of the tools that they got, so it's a few tools, right? So one of them is like prioritizing your commitments, right? Mm-hmm. Assess the importance and urgency of every commitment that you make. So prioritizing helps you allocate the time and resources effectively, mm-hmm. reducing the likelihood of feeling overwhelmed or spreading yourself too thin, mm-hmm. because that's one of the things that will cause us to not keep the commitments. Like you said, prioritizing others may be over prioritizing yourself.
And you got to do that.
Yeah. So how do you determine what you'll work on from day to day, week to week? Like, how do you set your priorities? What's your method, if you have one?
I know I have a method, right? I totally have a method.
Right.
I write stuff down, and then sometimes I know I'm last on this list.
Okay.
I know this is why it kind of hit home. I'm totally last on this list.
Okay, when you start doing priorities and determining,
try to do it. Yeah. Okay, so we talk about it like I'm not a morning person, mm-hmm. right? But I get up early.
Okay.
I probably do more than most people from 5, let's say from a good 6 to 11, I probably have did like a whole day's of work.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
By 11:30, I want to take my old lady nap. I call it
at 11:30. Yeah. When most people getting ready for lunch,
I want to take because I done already kind of work. This is my
We do more by 7 a.m. than most people do all day.
So
I remember used to be a commercial that said that.
So if I could get my old lady nap in, not to offend, but if I can get that in like at 11:30, take like an hour nap.
Okay.
Then I'm back up and then I can get the rest of the day done. I push most of my important stuff like paperwork and stuff done in the evening once I'm home in the bed.
Okay.
But then sometimes it don't work because I should have did it during the day.
Right.
Because now all I want to do is like sink in my bed.
I hear that. So just flipping that schedule around
I really
a little
gotta
bit.
do it, but I have to keep a tight schedule. Like I have to know because if I miss something, it kind of snowballs sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
Because I have doctor's appointments. Like I'm at the I have clients, so I'm at the doctor's Monday through Friday every day.
Oh wow. Yeah.
There's not a Monday through Friday. There's not one day I don't have a doctor's appointment for somebody.
Okay.
That I have to get to. So those are definitely priority.
I got you.
And then when the summer comes in, me going on the boats and the beach become a priority sometimes. Not last summer, but I like it.
Yeah.
So what about you?
It's a work that's always in progress, right? Because there's so much that I'm doing, and the scope of work is so big that I use to-do lists. I actually have a tool I use called Todoist, and it's you can rank your priorities based upon whether or not they're urgent or important.
What is it called?
Todoist.
Todoist. Yep. I probably need to get it.
Todoist. And it allows you, you basically put your to-do list in there, like has all my projects in one spot. So I'm able to put notes in there for me. So it's like a dashboard that I go to, and it's like, okay, here's what's in front of me. Here's what I have to do. and then you can set priorities and rank the priorities. But I need to do a better job of actually just moving through on the bigger things, because it's easy to do the things that are easy to do.
You know who has like a great system?
Who?
Tamika Mitchell.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Have you ever looked at her calendar?
No, I haven't.
You talk and you say something, and then her phone, you be like, yeah, she pull up her calendar, it's highlighted.
Yeah.
Like
you gotta have a system.
It's though. Like amazing. Yeah. I don't think it would work for me.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, oh, I want it.
Yeah. And that's what this season is for me, is really just doing the focusing and following through on it, because I have the system there, and it's like, okay, this is what I should be doing at this moment. But then I'll get distracted and do something else. And then like, okay, not that it's not important, but it's just like, I guess a lot of low hanging fruit.
It is, and but so that's why you have to schedule it in. Like I use like for Cheyenne projects, when we're big on, I have to schedule like this is Cheyenne time, and when the Collard Green Festival, I had to stop and actually put like this is Collard Green Festival, even though like it consumed a lot of my free time. Yeah, but I had to dedicate time to it, like 2 hours.
The work blocks. That's what we call them.
You gotta do those work blocks, because if not, I wouldn't get nothing done. Yeah,
you got to block it out and schedule like you ever saying at this time, this is what I'm going to be working on, and really sticking to it. That's the other part of it. Because you can have the block, and if you buck the block, that's what me and Mr. Edmund, we used to talk about. Man, you bucking your blocks.
I was just about to say, because you know what? Like you'll have your block and you sit down and then you start watching TV.
Yeah, because that's easy to do. And then the other part of it, it says, so in addition to prioritizing, another way that you can keep your commitments to yourself is by establishing accountability systems. And that can include like sharing your commitments, informing a trusted friend or family member or a mentor about your goals and commitments. Sharing your intentions with others creates a sense of accountability, as they can offer support, encouragement, and gentle reminders. And so, do you have an accountability partner or somebody who helps you stay on track?
On certain things, like Corey is my accountability partner for like if I
Corey would be an amazing accountability
partner. You throw anything at Corey, he is gonna be on your
I know it. I can see Corey being an amazing
he can be. So partner. Corey is a good accountability when it comes to business. If I throw him something, he usually throw it right back, and then I have to slow him down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he's a lot better, right? Okay. He's a lot better. But Corey
be mad at you because you ain't making your goals.
Oh, and then he'll quit too. He'll quit like because he be like, I'm focused. Because Corey, one of them people is like, once you give him something, a task, he'll start working on it immediately, and then he be wanting immediate feedback, right?
Right. Boop, 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 I know. You know, we did like 8 Kings Honored Our Mother.
I know,
and I saw how Corey worked, man.
But Corey, so
he's intense. Yeah,
he can be, right? But in good fashion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shayna.
Okay.
On here, we're gonna start. We was just talking about we're gonna do detox, and start meal prepping. She's really big in that, so she's gonna be my accountability partner.
Shout out to Shayna. Yeah.
In that aspect, I have you because you finna make sure I'm good.
Yeah, we finna do Ramadan,
and I like accountability. Like I like people to call me out on my BS. Like if I'm out here and I ain't keeping my word, call me out.
Yeah, we need that from each other,
I know your wife is your accountability.
My wife is Mr. Edmund is another one. King Jab. King Jab is an accountability partner for me. Yeah. And it depends, like it's different aspects of the work that I do. But yeah, those are 3. King Jab, Mr. Edmund, and of course my wife definitely keep me accountable, man. Yeah, so that's what the theme is, man. Keep your commitments, honor your word, and especially the commitments that you make to yourself. Be a better friend of yours. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams. And look, we're going to take a break. And then after the break, we got a guest in the building. We're going to talk about these upcoming elections, what you need to do to get your ballots right. You know, make sure that you get mail-in ballots and all the things electoral. And so y'all stick around for it. We're going to be back about 6 or 7 minutes after the hour.
Tag a friend, tell a friend.
Tag a friend, tell a friend. Oh, we also got Ask Kiana today. So y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned for that. And we got community announcements. We're going to let you know what's going on because it's a lot happening in the community this weekend. Really this week, but this weekend is going to be the culmination of a lot of things. So y'all stick around for it. We'll be back about 6 or 7 minutes after the hour on 99 Jams.
The Bird.
I love it when you do that.
phase of delving into the research and the history and all these incredible stories. So yeah, what
back and live in effect. So welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that?
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because
smart
is
the new
gangsta.
baby.
Hey.
And if you didn't know,
and now you know. No. So yeah, before the break, we were talking about Ramadan. We were talking about this day in history, also talking about ways that you can keep your commitments to yourself. And we're going to talk about voting now. We have Robin Davidoff from the League of Women Voters in the building, y'all. So we want to welcome you and thank you for being here. Thank you for coming over to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So people who don't know who you are, would you mind introducing yourself?
Of course. Thanks for inviting me. The League of Women Voters is about a 100-year-old organization.
Okay.
And we've been in St. Pete for a long time. And our mission is twofold. One is to help people learn about voting, get registered to vote. We are nonpartisan.
Okay.
So we never support a candidate. We're just giving out the information about voting.
Okay.
We also conduct candidate forums.
Okay.
And some of you might have been to some of our candidate forums.
I have over the years, yes.
And we do those for primaries, also for general elections. And we also do a voter guide, where we ask candidates questions and we publish their responses. We don't edit the responses.
Okay.
And they're done for both primaries and for general elections.
Right.
And actually, this is a project that's done around the entire country.
Okay.
So every league in the United States does this for their local elections.
I got you.
And the voter guide also looks at any referendum questions or ballot questions that might be on there.
Right.
So just to help educate people, it's online and you can find it at our website or vote 411. Pretty easy.
And I was by the supervisor of elections office, yesterday? No, it was earlier this week, earlier last week, and there's elections going on now.
There is.
What elections are happening right now?
So these are the primary elections that are going on now. And Florida is a closed primary state. And that means that you can only vote for a party if you're a member of that party.
Okay.
So if you're an independent, sorry, you can't vote in the primary, but everybody can vote in the general election.
Gotcha.
And you can vote for anybody in any party in the general election.
So when people go to vote, like now, because I saw it was early voting that was happening, what's on the ballot? Like what are the vote? Like who are they voting for?
Well, right now there's a presidential preference.
Okay.
So you're voting for who you want your primary candidate to be for election.
So this will be an easy one, then, right? Like, I mean, when I say easy, meaning like a short ballot.
A very short one. And there's no ballot questions.
Okay.
Now, many of the local towns and cities, like St. Pete Beach is having an election. Okay. Indian Shores.
I think Gulfport maybe having an
Gulfport, yeah. So they're all having elections for city council or mayor.
Okay.
So it's really important that people get involved in those.
I got you.
We also the league does election protection.
Okay.
Which means we have trained volunteers who actually go to the polls on election day. And we're there to assist any voters that might have a trouble registering.
Right.
They may have been turned away. They're not sure how to remedy their vote or cure their vote. So we're there just to help them make sure that if they have registered, they have the ability to vote.
Right. And I remember just hearing and seeing that there have been things that have been like, making it harder for people to vote. And would you mind sharing some of the things that's causing, or that have changed in Florida law to make it a little more difficult, complicated the process, and how can people navigate these recent changes to Florida voting law?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Florida had one of the most tried and true election processes.
Okay.
We really had evolved after that hanging Chad.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. That was like 2000.
Well, yeah,
2000 election. Yeah.
That was such an embarrassment.
Right.
That Florida really said, we're going to do it right. We're going to have the best voting system there is. We're going to have mail ballots for everyone. Not every state has that.
Okay.
And so they went all the way to the best voting system. Okay. And unfortunately, some legislators decided to change it.
so
we don't know why. Because we were
it wasn't broken. It didn't need to be fixed. Yeah.
Not only was it not broken, it was outstanding.
Right.
It just wasn't beneficial to them.
Oh yeah.
The views that is expressed is of Kiana and not 99 Jam. Not the league. I said it. Right. I stand by it.
I absolutely hear
So
that.
they made a lot of changes, and one of the changes is that if you signed up for a mail ballot, you have to re-request your ballot every 2 years.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's really important because having a mail ballot makes it so much easier to vote.
Yeah.
And we really recommend that everyone gets one. And if you decide you'd rather go to the poll, that's okay. You can just bring your ballot with you.
Right.
Or you and your friends want to go, it's a nice day.
Yeah.
Take it with you, and they'll let you vote there.
I remember when we organized, we used to do ballot parties. And for people who got mail-in ballots, we would organize them and say, come together, let's talk about the ballot, let's talk about what's on it, and then be able to really take your time and like read these ballot questions,
because
ballot initiatives.
It's going to be a big ballot this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be bigger than normal because everything that's going on. I highly suggest that you get a mail-in ballot, and then you have the time to sit down and really think about it. You can take a couple of days to go through. You can go and do your research, everything that you need to make sure that you're voting in everything that you want, because you get there and a lot of amendments you don't understand.
Right.
So people are Christmas treeing. You don't,
or just leaving it blank.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you have your judges and all the people haven't did any research on, because if you're not in the court system, you don't exactly know what they're doing. You're just like, hey. So I mean, if you get a chance, get your mail-in ballot. I keep saying, I'm not going to stop saying, if you have any elderly people in your neighborhood that you know do not drive or don't have a lot of family members, go to their house and see if they have their mail-in ballot. Have they did what they need to do to make sure that they get it? We need to do the community.
That's right.
All right.
And so, Robin, if you had like a final thought or final message that you wanted to leave with the people about voting or this upcoming election, what would that be?
I would say make sure you have your mail-in ballot. You can check your voter status online at the Pinellas Supervisor Elections site.
VotePinellas.org.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or you can call them up.
Okay.
They're terrifically friendly, and they will help you on the phone. So if you don't want to go online or you can't find them online, just give them a call.
That's amazing, because a lot of people ain't doing phone like people.
Exactly. I know that you really get a real person. You don't get a robot.
I hate robots.
Right.
So when do you have to be registered to vote? Do you know the dates?
I don't.
Okay.
I'll get it to you though. It's probably though, I would say before August.
We have them. Yeah, we can let them know when. I gotta find it, but we have them, and it's actually running across the ticker. We got a ticker on the bottom that's talking about these current elections, and it talks about the deadline for the primary was February 20th.
Okay.
And then early voting is right now happening March the. I got it. I can't read it. It's so small.
Okay.
But yeah, we have it. We'll be able to provide those dates.
Okay.
And,
and also on the
March
ballot,
19th.
Yep.
I got it.
Okay.
March 19th.
On the ballot in November will be also constitutional amendments.
Okay.
And we also actually go out and talk to people and explain those. So if any groups want us to come out and explain those constitutional amendments, because they can be a little tricky.
They can.
And we will be happy to do that.
Okay. Right. And how can people reach you if they wanted to connect with you?
Connect at lwvspa.org.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Robin. Thank you for coming by. We appreciate you being here and giving that information. And you can come back because you got some other stuff that later in the week.
I'd be happy to.
Right. Thank you so much. And hold on 1 second, y'all. Try it now. You listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams the Bird. Oh, you like that one? Okay, I'll just let that go. So I'll let that go. Hold on. Turn it up.
It ain't.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on. There you go.
The truth can hurt you, or the truth can change you. Going through
ladies and gentlemen.
You're gonna learn today.
Oh man, Cat.
Did you see him run that 4.97 in the 40-yard dash?
I didn't see it. He looked funny doing it. I saw part of it. Yeah. I saw part
you did see.
I see parts. Like I ain't double.
Oh.
All All right. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, y'all. Right here on 99.1 FM, 99 Jams, the Bird. And so I saw this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was talking about gentle parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a gentle parent? Were you a gentle parent?
Sometimes.
So apparently, gentle parenting is an approach to raising children that emphasizes empathy, respect, and understanding in the parent-child relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It is a philosophy that focuses on nurturing a strong bond between parents and children while promoting emotional intelligence, positive communication, and the development of the child's autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
Gentle parenting rejects traditional. Here's the kicker. Gentle parenting rejects traditional authoritarian methods and instead seeks to guide children with kindness and compassion. Now, that's cool. I hear that.
Yeah.
But it says rejects traditional authoritarian parenting. So you do a little more negotiating as a gentle parent.
I think you need a mixture. It's just like building a cake or anything else. Like you need a nice mixture.
Okay.
To make sure that, because if you're too gentle, they run over you and everybody else, because unfortunately, everything is not negotiable.
Yeah.
Right. And you teach them that they can negotiate everything. And then when they feel like they're not being heard.
Yeah.
Then they act out.
Yep.
And then they show their tail, and you know what I mean? And now you in the store because you say, hey, I don't have no money today. Well, I still want something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The authoritarian aspect of it. Yeah. And you need some authoritarian, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Hold on, let me try that.
There we go. There it is.
There, okay. I think so. But you need something.
Okay.
Right? I mean, everybody has some type of authority figure around them. Mm-hmm. As you grow up, you can't eliminate it.
Right.
So why would you eliminate it in your house? I feel like we're setting our children up for failure.
Yeah. So let me give you this. So
and that's the views of Kiana.
Yeah. No, I think we kind of clear on that one. Mm-hmm. So it talks about, instead of using punitive measures, you want to use positive discipline techniques. And so that caused me to look up, like, what do we mean when we say punitive measures? And then so what I'll do is I'll read what the punitive measures are.
Okay.
And then there's a critique of why you shouldn't use this.
And I'll tell you if I agree or disagree. Let's go. Okay.
All right. So timeouts, right? Mm-hmm. So timeouts is one of the punitive measures, and it's isolating a child from others. Isolating a child from others or from a particular situation as a consequence for misbehavior. The critique of that is, while timeouts may provide a brief break, critics argue that they don't necessarily teach children appropriate behavior and might not address any underlying issues. What are your thoughts on timeouts?
Okay, so I'm not upset with timeouts.
Okay.
So how I did it, so you do something bad, right? Mm-hmm. Boom, we have a conversation.
Okay.
All right, this is why.
Right.
You're not supposed to do this. We have and then Cheyenne used to have to repeat back to me or tell me her understanding of what I said.
That's good communication. Right? Yeah.
After that, it was like, if you do this again, this is going to be your consequence. Mm-hmm. So you're clear.
Right.
That, like, this is not good behavior.
Yeah.
You're getting your pass today because you didn't understand. But the next time you do it, this is what's going to happen.
It's going to be,
right?
It's going to be rough.
It's going to be rough. Boom. So every action has a reaction.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you get something good.
Yeah. A reward or a consequence.
There you go.
And so as a part of the gentle parenting, they do time in instead of time out. So it says, providing child with a safe and supportive space to calm down and discuss their feelings or behavior with the caregiver. It encourages emotional expression and communication, fostering a stronger bond between parent and children. Another punitive measure is grounding. Grounding is defined as restricting a child's freedom by limiting their activities or access to certain privileges for a set period of time. The critique is, critics suggest that grounding may not effectively address the root cause of the misbehavior or might create resentment.
Well, I mean, anytime you take something from somebody, they resent you, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this part of growing up, right?
This is part of growing up. If you take something,
they're going to have resentment.
mad.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
lose something, you're gonna be
You're gonna
hurt.
be mad. Yeah,
When you lose your girlfriend, your feelings hurt.
yeah,
You, this is a part of life.
yeah.
Like I just think that we have this hand glove, these
Little kid gloves. As they say. Yeah.
put on to try to tackle parenting.
Yeah.
And we really need to prepare our children for a real deal life.
Right.
And if we don't discipline them, somebody else will, and you're not going to like what they're doing to them. We see that we have the prison system that's overpopulated of people.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that may have not just, and I'm not saying you go in because, again, it's a balance.
Yeah, it is.
You definitely need to, I think that kids need to be heard.
Yeah. And I think that with grounding, like it says, restricting a child's freedom by limiting their activities or access to certain privileges for a certain period of time, like that's necessary sometimes.
And then so you eliminate that, but then give them something else to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't have game time.
Right.
You don't get to go and explore and have all this other time. But what you can do is doing this now. You got to read.
Right. You replace that activity with something else.
Right. But I do think you need to properly communicate.
Yeah.
I don't like, because I said so.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. That is like more of a traditional authoritarian. But there's no understanding of why it's happening. It's just only because it's like my way.
But also, there become situations where you, as a parent, or even you don't need to be questioned because it's not safe. Like if I say get in the car, that means get in the car. Don't question me.
Yeah.
But Mom,
why do I gotta get in the car?
And you see the gunman running towards you, and this is at the extreme.
Right.
But you see something that's not a good situation.
Right.
You don't need to be at this point negotiating with a 5-year-old why they need to get in the car.
Right. And then the last one that we'll talk about is spanking. We call them whoopings. Mm-hmm. And so spanking is striking a child on the buttocks as a form of punishment. The critique is spanking is widely criticized by child development experts as it can lead to negative outcomes and may not effectively teach appropriate behavior. And this is like big when we talk about our culture, the culture of whoopings. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about whoopings. Do you believe in whooping children?
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I believe in whooping children too though. Like but some grown folks need.
But I'm not with, so it's not abuse.
Yeah.
And sometimes the punishment is, but again, you tell people what their punishment is. So they are prepared for what it is. Now I do think that you shouldn't just be hitting them for everything.
That's abuse.
That you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's abuse. Yeah.
A pop on the hand, boom.
Yeah.
A pinch every now and then in church when you acting up. You know, it never hurt nobody.
Yeah, that's right. Like my aunt used to give us a frog. She'd do something with her knuckle and have your muscle jumping.
No. Yeah. I hate the frog.
Yeah.
Lord.
She used to frog you, boy. I love her to death, man. My Aunt Allie, she would give you a frog in a minute, boy. Mm-hmm. So I think also when we talk about whooping and spankings as a form of discipline, you're right. Like it's not just taking out your frustration on your children. Not every little thing doesn't require physical discipline or a butt whooping, but definitely sometimes it's necessary. And I think especially in like them early years, the one thing that I learned later on in life though was that the words that you say when you whooping your child have lasting effects. Mm-hmm. And so like be mindful of that, because that you need to those words can in some cases become command phrases. And so if you saying crazy stuff to your children and you're sending these messages in as you're whooping your children, that stuff show up later on in life.
So your words have power.
Yes.
So I do believe more than anything else, you need to speak life in your children.
Yeah.
Right. Discipline when you're disciplining, and this is why communication is so important, is that you don't want to put hurdles or barriers in their life that doesn't exist, that you put there.
Yeah.
a lot of times we talk negative. Oh, you're bad. You bad. You're bad. And
you just like so and so.
Right. And it's like
you aggravating. You get on my nerve. Like all of that stuff becomes command phrases.
And what happened is it's like weeds. And it starts to grow. And you want something that's gonna flourish and be productive.
That's right.
So you need to speak, life and productivity into your children's more than anything else. Even when you're disciplining them and hey, you're not a bad child, but you made a bad decision.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, know, you
and being clear in that. Right.
There's so many other things that you could have chosen to do, but you made a bad choice.
Right. But you're not a bad person. You're not a bad child. Yeah. Right. You so bad. And then that becomes like, okay, if that's who I am, that's how I am. Then,
and then they leave, and they don't even know that they're trying to fulfill that prophecy.
Right. They don't want to disappoint you.
Right.
They love you. They don't want to disappoint you. You said that they bad. So in order for me to make you happy, I got to be bad.
But don't just show your kids love or attention when they're being bad. Usually that's when they act out because they know that they're going to get a lot of attention.
Right.
I had a client that when that person was sick, they will exaggerate it because
that's when they get attention.
They got all the attention. Everybody. So I was constantly taking them to the hospital, doing all this other stuff. And I'm looking at them like I'm
like I know you.
Yeah.
No, and it is. It's true. Like you'll see that where people will exaggerate certain conditions in order to get attention. That is a thing. Yubi said question. Where's the question? I lost it. Can you see it?
Question. Aren't we the results of parenting, practicing that you demonstrating? I think that's what he said. Describing. I can't see either. Yeah. So that's what I was going to say. New world. I put on some reading glasses.
Okay. Change your life. Change your life. Shout out to the reading glasses.
I need them. Wait.
Yeah.
Now they don't work outside of reading.
Okay.
Everything.
That's how reading glasses work, though. Like they're for reading.
I put them on my phone. I didn't even realize how blurry it was until I put on glasses. Yeah. And then like this screen up here is blurry, right? But I said I was gonna bring them, but this is why I need that.
But see, that screen's kind of far.
Yeah, but it's still like.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's like that was my reading glasses experience. But thank you for the comment, Yubi. So like we just totally digressed.
Yeah. But I couldn't see nothing else further with the glasses. Everything else was horrible. But go ahead.
All right. So your tribe is another one of the comments. What we was talking about. I went back to Iftar comment. Margaret, discipline and respect for yourself is a process and taking steps to align mind, body, and spirit. Seems like that's the theme for the day is discipline. And so we're talking about that in the context of parenting. Ms. Teresa, we was talking about voting earlier. She said, I love voting by mail. I've done research the candidates and the issues in advance. She also put in here, thank you, Ms. Teresa, October 7th is the final date to register to vote in the general election. And King Jab said, not the frog. Yeah. The frog. And I agree, don't reward bad behavior is what Yubi said as well.
Yeah, now that gets on me.
Rewarding bad behavior.
But when
how Sway?
But because people, you know what? Because discipline or grounding, you have to ground yourself too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And so
that's why people don't do it.
That's why people don't,
because the punishment is a commitment.
It is a commitment. No phone. No. Yeah. Now they gotta talk to you. Yeah. Now they gotta. I got stuff to do.
Like, it's a commitment.
It is a commitment, but you gotta stay true to the commitment.
And maybe that's what the whipping, just like whooping and getting it over with, because you ain't got time to be trying to manage somebody who's grounded, right? So I don't remember talking about it. This is Women's History Month.
Yes.
And Women's History Month, for those who don't know, it has its roots in International Women's Day, which was first celebrated on March 8th, 1911. The idea of dedicating an entire month to women's history gained traction in the United States in the 1970s. How about that? Like the 70s, really? That was almost country almost 200 years old before they started saying, yeah, we ought to celebrate women. But again, I digress. The celebration, the celebration is kind of like Black History Month too. It said the celebration expanded from a week to a month in the 1980s, and then U.S. Congress officially declared March as Women's History Month in 1987. And the purpose of Women's History Month is multifaceted. One of the ways is to recognize and celebrate the achievements, contributions, and successes of women in various fields, including science, politics, literature, arts, and social activism. Education, to educate people about women's history, highlighting the often overlooked contributions of women in shaping societies and culture. Also for empowerment, to inspire and empower women by showcasing stories of those who have broken barriers, challenged stereotypes, and achieved success in their respective fields. So happy Women's History Month to all of the women in the world. So yeah, do you do anything have you been to any women empowerment, women's history things so far? I've seen a few of them.
I've been to a few.
Okay.
Every year it creeps up on me, and I'm like, dang, I missed it. Like I wanted to do an event.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, okay. There's still time.
It is, but
we still got like half a month
no,
left.
No. I think for something to be done properly, like sometimes you just
you want to do one, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I got you.
I got you. Yeah, no, you can't. Okay, I get that.
I mean, I can throw something together.
No, you're not to throw something together type person.
I don't like to throw it together if I have the time.
Right. I think I saw Liz Siplin, Pastor Siplin, shout out to her.
Mm-hmm.
She did a women empowerment event at their church, New Faith. Mm-hmm. And then I think Kenyatta Rucker, what she wins totally. Or totally wins. I don't know if I'm getting that right, but yeah. So I think she might be doing something. And I saw some other women empowerment events that were happening in the city. So again, shout out to all of the women and girls, man, girls who will grow up to be women. Happy Women's History Month.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you? Speaking of parenting, did you see that the Florida Senate actually approved that ban? They were debating whether or not to ban minors from social media. And so they actually approved it. So the Florida Senate approved a new revised bill that would restrict minors from social media platforms. HB 3 is what it was. It passed 30-5, and it's going. So Ron DeSantis vetoed a different bill banning minors from social media if they were under the age of 16. The current version of HB 3 prohibits social media platforms from allowing anyone younger than 14 from holding a social media account. So anyone younger than 14 cannot hold an account. If passed, any social media platform would be required to delete any account by a minor of that age group. However, an account holder would have 90 days to dispute the termination if they have legitimate grounds. So if you got a 13-year-old, they about to lose their social media accounts if this thing gets signed. If the account holder asks to remove their account, the platform has 5 days to terminate the account. If the parent or guardian makes the request, then the social media company has 10 business days to terminate the account. So if you have a minor that has a social media account and you want it removed as a parent, you can request to have it removed from the platform, and the platform has 5 days to remove or terminate that account.
Wow.
Yeah. Any personal data affiliated with these accounts will also be deleted unless they are legal requirements for keeping it. Mm-hmm. However, if the minor is 14 or 15 years old, a social media platform will also be required to remove the account by the wishes of a parent or a guardian. So if you're under 16, so like 14 and under 14, no account at all. Mm-hmm. 14 to 15-year-olds, if your parents want your account done, it's done. Same rules would apply for those. Like it would basically, when your parents step in, the same rules for those under 14 would apply. If a platform commits a reckless and knowing violation of these policies, they may suffer a civil penalty of up to $50,000 per violation, as well as paying for attorney fees and court costs. In the case where a company shows a consistent pattern of violations, punitive damages may also be established. For platforms that have explicit material that exceeds 33% of its total published content, They may also have independent age verification requirements to prevent minors from being it. This revised bill is now heading to the House for approval, and if passed, it would be in effect July 1st. No social media for 14 and
I
under.
don't know. So let
Yeah.
me tell you, I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay.
I just don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, a lot of young influencers.
It is. So do their parents now, because it's a lot of income that's coming in from these young influencers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And all of it's not bad. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, you see the young chefs. So now is their parents gonna? Because
Like, how
mean,
do you navigate
so
that? Yeah.
their parents will, now it'll be their parent. Their parents will operate their pages and upload their information.
Okay.
Right. Other than it coming from that, but I'm okay.
So they won't have their own account. They'll have like a parent moderated account.
I think so. Like, this is ran by the parent of such and such. But usually, if you look at like the young people who have it, it says that their parents run their account.
Okay.
Because
I don't have any, like,
if you look at
14-year-olds that I'm aware of, like 14 or 15-year-old friends on, because they're not. I mean, are they on Facebook? Are they mostly like on like YouTube or?
They're Facebook, YouTube, TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
Now it's the younger kids more so on Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram
is another one.
Snapchat, TikTok. I would say the younger kids are TikTok and Snapchat, maybe.
Okay.
More than anything else. But I mean, honestly, like I said, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but I'm not 100% upset with it, because these kids do need to get out of the. You see, we had that glitch.
That screen time. Yeah.
We had that glitch in Facebook and Instagram for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was like 12 hours.
No, it was?
Yeah, it was a long time.
I thought it was like 5 minutes.
No, it was down. I mean, that's probably when you noticed it. But no, it was down for like most of the day.
Oh, so you're talking to somebody who was off for 6 months. So
right. It was down for a good little minute. But I get your point. Like, if it goes down, people lose their mind.
But I do think that kids they need to have, they're so awkward.
Yeah.
Like, they have no social skills. They don't know how to communicate to other children other than via text or with the headset playing their games on the video games. And via text and via inbox. Yeah. All this other stuff. So interpersonal skills is not a bad thing.
And that's the other part of the conversation is like, okay, with all that being true, is it the government's role to try and change that and regulate that and say, okay, because y'all using this so much, we're going to make a law to stop you from doing that and get y'all to do, because that's what kind of the premise is. Like, do you want the government to tell you that your child needs more, or less screen time, so that they can be in the real world and be engaged in all of the things that you
don't want the government to tell you, but like statistically you see it and ain't nobody else doing it.
Right.
So at this point, maybe somebody has to force you. Like, if we're looking at it, right? Mm-hmm. And this is because you may ask me a whole nother question and I'll be like, no, the government don't have no business being it. So I'm being 100. Listen, you're going to be like, one day you contradict yourself. I didn't. Yeah. Different strokes for different strokes. Yeah. Every situation is different.
There's no one size fits all.
No, it isn't. But we do see a society of people that no longer can interact with each other.
Yeah.
Like these kids
or haven't figured out how. I won't say they can't.
They haven't let's say that.
Haven't learned. Yeah.
We have most kids don't want to drive.
That's me gentle parenting.
And it's me. You haven't figured it out.
You don't know how to do it, right? Right. No, I hear that. But so that's where they at with it. If the governor signs it July 1st, there'll be a law in Florida that says 14 and under, no social media, and they have to delete the platforms have to delete them, those accounts.
And it ain't nothing. It's gonna be a lot of upset people.
I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna regulate that, like outside of Florida though, like because this is a Florida law, not a national law, and so like that's gonna be another part of it that I'm sure it's, people smarter than me can figure out how they move through that. So
I mean, because they're gonna now ask for addresses.
Yeah.
They're going to get your information. First, there's locations everywhere.
Yeah.
The phone follows you. It tells
listening to your conversations. All that stuff.
I see my mic pop up all the time.
Really?
Like I see
where you know
little
it's listening. Like,
yeah. I
like,
totally see little stuff that
Yeah.
be like, wait, hold on.
yeah. And it says what about those accounts that are monetized? Not sure, Yubi. That's another part of the thing, man. Because that is a revenue stream for a lot of people.
Yeah. Either their parents are gonna have to take over.
And then technically, I think with Facebook, it was 13 and up anyway, right? So it wasn't supposed to be like under 13.
Right.
Now they're just raising the age limit and then putting more parental freedoms into that. But yeah, y'all put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. How old should you be to get a social media account? And how do you feel about the Florida's ban on social media accounts for those who are under 13? Want to let you know that you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new 99 Jams morning show. And as a community, look, we stand saying new, and as a community-owned public media resource, WUJM 99 Jams relies on the support of listeners like you to keep the shows you love on the air, the doors open, lights on, and to continue to put out quality programming in the Tampa Bay area. So please consider making a donation or becoming a show sponsor today. You can do that by going to 99jamstheberg.com and clicking on the donate button. And y'all, it's time for Ask Kiana. So let's get ready to ask Kiana.
This is Kiana.
Y'all ready for this? What will truth do to you? You gonna learn today?
Get the change you want to be a seed.
Yeah.
We upgrading over here.
All right. So, dear Kiana, I recently experienced the heartbreaking loss of my brother. And unfortunately, I don't have a positive relationship with his wife. In the midst of mourning, I found myself wanting to connect with my nieces and nephews to offer support and maintain family ties. However, my sister-in-law is unwilling to let me see them. Are there any suggestions or steps you can recommend to navigate this difficult situation and establish a connection with my nieces and nephews despite this strained relationship with their mother, my sister-in-law? Why you laughing? That sounds like a serious problem, Q.
It is. It's my life story.
Really? Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
That's why
Wow.
I laugh. Like exact.
Wow.
Exact.
Wow.
Exact.
That is crazy.
And unfortunately, I will tell you.
Wow.
I don't have a relationship with them.
With the nieces and nephews.
I do not.
Oh, man.
It's hard to navigate. And I wish I could like really tell you, because I could be writing in and asking somebody like,
wow,
how and so let me tell you, it's possible.
Okay.
You just have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Right. It won't be easy.
That's tough. That sounds like it's a real tough.
It is. So like I'm just, you know how like the dads be like, they'll come look for me. Like that's kind of like where like I'm kind of at this point with it. So many hurdles were put in the way that it kind of made it impossible
to have a relationship.
To really have, like, I mean, other than having, and this is, so I'm an open book, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So I realize I'm private, but not secretive.
Okay.
So if asked, I probably will. Like, a lot of people don't, what, I don't mind telling my story. Mm-hmm. You got to ask for it, or you have to be in my circle.
Yeah.
Other than that, my social media don't tell you too much about me.
Right.
Other than business. But just to tell you that it's hard to navigate. Mm-hmm. I remember when my nephew passed away, which is their older brother, and I was trying to send them stuff, and their mother redirected me to somebody here, because they don't live here, to give their stuff to them here.
So like somebody in her family?
Right.
Okay.
She didn't even want to give me her address so that I could send my niece and nephew. So it makes it impossible for me to like have a relationship with them, which I would love to, because they're an extension of my brother who passed away.
Right.
And so all I have of him is his children.
His offspring. Right.
His mother never had any other children. You know,
so it's him. He was like the only child, and then he has children,
right?
And there's no relationship with
No,
yeah.
so I mean, you could try. You can be as consistent as you want to be. Like
Right.
you're gonna have to be persistent and consistent, and then you may have to, if you have a relationship with maybe her siblings,
Okay,
or her mother or something like that.
In-law, yeah.
Right. You're gonna have to do
try and get around her to get
right
to the children. Yeah.
But this may be
That's tough.
difficult because the person that will help you navigate that is no longer here.
Yeah.
Because that was the glue that kept everything together.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a tough situation to be in, and especially when you desiring to have that relationship, but the other person is not cooperative, and it's not like, you know, parents or grandparents like you. These are, you know, you auntie or uncle,
right? And some people don't see the significance, in it as much. Not on the other side,
right?
You know, because when they were here, my brother, like when he had his kids, I was there,
right?
You know, but yeah, so it is.
I hear that.
It's very difficult.
That sister-in-law trip. Huh?
It.
So let's flip the pancake. Yeah, what you did to make them not want to mess with you? No, that's
no. So it's really nothing. You know, when people have their personalities, they have their personalities.
True.
I think that I'm one of them people that take you as you are.
Yeah.
And I be trying to find the good in everybody.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
I'm like that. Yeah.
And
my ability to find it is starting to slip a little bit, though.
You know, and when you show me who you are time and time again, and
we gotta blow that, I guess.
Yeah, we do. That's Mr. Edmund thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like Margaret said, our Coach D. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I hear you.
That you have to families can be messy. But
and that's sometimes the hardest mess to navigate.
It really is. Yeah. It really is. And sometimes you have to be okay that you cannot get the outcome that you want.
Yeah.
And you just pray and hope that, you know, you have that second chance.
Right.
To kind of.
And then it's like anything else, I guess, when the children get older, they'll see it and they know.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because sometimes they don't, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm thinking at this point, like my brother's younger children will probably never really know his side.
Yeah.
Ever.
Because it just the way that.
Yeah. Just the way that it, you know, not only was the auntie was cut out, the grandmother, you know what I mean?
Okay, like his whole side of the family.
It's like we don't even exist.
Wow.
You know, and so and for my brother,
much, and it's a lot. It's like that's a lot of times with a lot of our families. It's like we know our mama side, but we don't know our daddy side that much,
right?
For whatever reasons, and like I think that's important.
And some of them don't, you know, don't try.
Yeah.
And maybe she could, and maybe I might try a little harder since this.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'll send a text message today and hopefully I get a response.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because time, maybe growth, people.
Yeah,
change.
People do change because people harbor different feelings at different times. But like in love and war, once the smoke settles and the dust falls down and everything like that, and then the grass start to grow again.
Right.
So there is possibility for a new beginning.
And I think that's you just reminded me. I remember seeing something I read about how it was a parent-child relationship that was strained and they weren't in communication. And the recommendation was just to send, you know, that positive communication. Hey, just thinking about you, thinking about the children, you know, if there's ever an opportunity for me to get with them, just let me know, like I'm here. And then just doing that, you know, once a week so that it's like you sending that flow out and you don't know what's going to come back, but like I'm sending out this flow like, hey, I'm thinking about the children. I'd love to see them at some point. And then you just send that message. And now if it come back, whatever, but like every time you send it, it's like a new message. It's not like, hey, I'm sending you another message. Just like just saying, hey, I'm thinking about the kids. You know, I'd love to see them at some point. Boom. That's it. I sent it out. And so that you know that I'm consistently,
And that's so you gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
You don't know when it's gonna turn in your favor, but be consistent.
But it's just kind of keeping that communication line flowing and saying, like, I'm not just going to submit and succumb to like whatever this situation is. Like, I'm letting you know that I want to change this reality. I want to change the situation. And here's me acknowledging that, like, yep, I know I got nieces and nephews out here, and I'd love to be able to see them. And you just send that, you throw it out.
Yeah.
And maybe one day,
one day it comes back. If not, but then but also what that does is if they ever come, you have a record. You have receipts. Like, no, I didn't forget about you. Like I really was. Like, this was. Yeah, because like when I was trying, I made reaches. I made these attempts. You know what I'm saying? No, it really because you don't know what the other person is telling. Like when my brother passed away, and his oldest son came here, his mom had painted my brother in a different light, right? And when he heard like everybody speaking about him, and then I had to like really sit my nephew down and be like, no, like your dad fought for you. Like he was really out here like trying. And he was like, my dad, the way that people talked about him, there's no way he's the person that my mom told me he was. He was like the goodness that I have had to come from him. Like it just melted like because he came in so angry. But after the funeral, like listening, I saw like something just lift off of him. Right. Of this right here. But I mean, be careful with your words. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you're talking to people, with children in general. Sure. But yeah, be consistent, writer. Yeah. And send it out. That's what I say too. I say just send out the signal. And thank you. I needed that. Thank you. Yeah. Like no. I really needed that. Thank you. That's whoever wrote it. Yeah. That's inspired. So, because I can't blame nobody else if I'm not doing my part. Just right. Send it out. Yeah. Just send it out, regardless of what comes back or don't come back. I can say, hey, I did my part. I reached out. Just thinking of you. Just thinking of the kids. Man, love to be able to see them at some point. However you word it, but the idea that was being relayed was like you everyone you send is like you sending it for the first time, right? And don't be like, this another one, no response. Hoping don't be sarcastic. Right. I hate sarcasm. And I'm very sarcastic, right? Just saying. I tell people my dad's very sarcastic, right? And he be trying to, and I be like, listen, sir. No. If you want something from me, do not be sarcastic. That ain't how you do it. Yeah. Because that would be a no. That's not the way to go. So thank you for the letter. We appreciate that. And it's brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op. So if you'd like to learn about that and how you can get involved, you can go to ocgc.coop and learn more about the One Community Grocery Co-op. I do have a few things. I think we talked about it earlier, just in the way of community announcements. And then, of course, you'll be able to get the full picture of what's going on in the community on Wednesday with On the Move with Mitchum Services. She'll be able to let us know what's happening and going on. So shout out to her. But this week, Kids Braid Art Show. So the Kids Braid Art Show is Saturday at 5 p.m. at the Factory in St. Pete. Also this weekend, there is the 11th annual National Hair, Health, and Beauty Expo. That'll be Sunday from 12 to 5 at the Coliseum. And then tomorrow at Urban Drinkery. Shout out to Urban. There is a gas plant redevelopment community conversation. It's being hosted by the Suncoast Sierra Club. And so the gas plant redevelopment community conversation from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Urban Drinkery. They're inviting the community to come out and just talk about the nuances of the gas plant redevelopment deal and really getting some community feedback and input. And we do have the information about the elections here that we promised that we would read. So I'm going to give you that. So the 2024 election schedule, the presidential preference primary, that's a mouthful, presidential preference primary and municipal elections are March 19th. The registration deadline is passed for that one. It was February 20th. Early voting is March the 9th through the 17th. And you can vote early from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 5. And then the primary election, that's in August. It'll be August 20th, 2024. And the registration deadline for the primary election is July 22nd. Early voting is August the 10th through 18th. And then the general election, of course, is November 5th. And like Ms. Teresa put in the chat, the registration deadline is October 7th. Final thoughts. I don't know. I'm not. Final thoughts. Be the change you want to be, or see. Write down those 5 things.
Final
yeah,
thoughts,
we
man.
do.
You can do a whole little final.
Final. And I don't want to do a final.
You want to do a final?
No.
Be the change you want to be and see.
Right. Yeah. And thank you for the letter. Like, I'm really like, yeah. I wanna say that. Like, that definitely like sparked something in me.
Look at us being the change we want to be.
Yes. Yeah. That part.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
She's gonna make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. She coming up next. Here's my final thought.
Go ahead.
I posted this, right? Whew. So I've been going through, what I've been going through, dealing with what I've been dealing with. And I'm realizing that some people are just full of dookie.
A lot of it.
Just full
all
of
the way to their eyes.
But I ain't been saying it. Like, I've been giving people the benefit of the doubt, and all of the doubt has been removed. And so now I'm like, okay, now that the doubt's been removed, you just full of it. And now when I engage with you and interact with you, that's the way I'm going to interact with you, because that benefit of the doubt that I've been giving you has been removed. What they say, when people show you who they are, believe them. And I'm like seeing so much in this season about who people are and how they are. And look, here's the words. So in the vast tapestry of human interactions, it's undeniable that some individuals embody the colloquial expression, some people are just full of dookie. This phrase encapsulates the reality that not everyone operates with honesty, integrity, or sincerity. So from an interpersonal relationships to societal dynamics, the presence of such individuals can have profound implications. And so there are ways that we can deal with them. We'll talk about that on Wednesday when I talk about what's on your mind Wednesday. So tune in on Wednesday. We're going to talk about ways that people are full of doo-doo.
Yeah. So basically, don't get upset with people for being themselves.
Nope.
Don't take it personal.
You cannot.
Because it ain't got nothing to do with you.
At all. Right? So again, this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
And we out.